Hello, everyone. This is Independent Conservative. I'm Ryan Bolin. Thank you all for joining me once again. So I know you all know about the university professor at Harvard, Claudine Gay, resigned. She stepped down from her position as president of the Harvard University after allegations of plagiarism and some really strong anti-Semitic remarks, okay? That's not what we want to get into in this article, in this video here. What I want to talk about in this video is the fact that she's still going to be a professor at the university with over $900,000 a year in salary. Yeah, you heard that right. She's still going to be teaching. Let's get right into this article because I have a lot to say about the imagery that this portrays in terms of African-American professors and African-American presidents of particular college universities, and how this will affect the worldview of students that come to hear her teaching, if in fact she's still going to be teaching at the university, which clearly she's going to be. Yeah, but you know what? I'm not surprised because the left protects the left. Now, somebody could argue, well, the right protects the right, yeah, but the left, it seems like to me, well, and I'm not picking with all people on the left, okay? So let's not get it, but I see this kind of dishonesty a lot of times from the left. And I'm going to explain to you why I believe that's so prevalent among those who are on the left, okay, in terms of positions of authority. Not the regular people, but positions of authority. So let's get right into this. Vinnie Penn, host of the Vinnie Penn Project, was surprised to learn from Breitbart News tech and education editor Colin Modine that disgraced former Harvard president Claudine Gay would be staying on as a professor. He was even more surprised at Modine's prediction that, quote, students will be fighting over themselves to get into the class with her. Wow. Penn interviewed Modine about the recent resignation of disgraced Harvard president Claudine Gay. I found that interesting. Claudine and Modine. That's a tongue tire. In which Modine commented on the extent of the allegations against Gay on 960 Wella's The Vinnie Penn Project. She would not be hired as a professor at a community college because she's an academic crook. She doesn't do her own work, Modine said. Okay, you would think that, right? Penn was shocked to learn that Gay will stay on at Harvard as a professor. The Breitbart editor added, quote, I'm sure her classes will be the most sought after by the type of kids that attend the Ivy League now. After Penn asked if he was being sarcastic, Modine said, no, absolutely not. She remains a paragon of the left, Modine added. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Before pointing out that in both Gay's resignation letter and the Harvard's board letter, quote, they pivoted directly to, quote, she's a victim of racist attacks. This is the evil conservatives going after the strong, brave woman. Wow. Yeah. The students will be fighting over themselves to get into the class with her, Modine predicted. On the topic of Gay's resignation letter, Penn joked that he half expected that to be plagiarized as well. When I first read her resignation letter this morning, I have expected to begin, quote, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times, Penn quipped, mockingly expecting the disgraced academic to steal a line from Charles Dickens' A Tale of Two Cities. So clearly this is what this president was accused of, but we're going to get into that. Modine responded saying, quote, you're joking, Vinnie, but people immediately wondered if it was plagiarized, to which Penn replied, I was going to go with, if I leave here tomorrow, will you still remember me? A little free bird. As Breitbart News reported, Gay resigned from her role as Harvard president on Tuesday after being accused of failing to properly respond to major anti-Semitic remarks, scandals at the school, as well as delivering a disastrous congressional testimony and scores of plagiarism allegations being unearthed in recent months. Gay's 6-month tenure as president marks the shortest presidency in Harvard's history. The outgoing Harvard president, however, will stay on the Ivy League's university faculty as a professor with a salary of at least $900,000. That's the end of that article right there. Yeah, that's pretty heavy. That's pretty heavy. But let's deal with the imagery first. Her being accused of plagiarism. Now, the accusation is that, because of course the left is going to do this. The accusation from the left, mainstream media, and others on the left, is that the racist conservatives are going after her. This is a racist attack. They're going after her. They're trying to destroy a strong black woman. Bull crap. There are a lot of strong black women out here. How come that the so-called racist conservatives aren't going after them? Okay. Whoopi Goldberg is a strong black woman, and she's purely left. Okay. Who else is left? Oprah Winfrey, a billionaire, purely left. I don't see the conservatives going after these individual strong black women. Okay. What's the deal here? No, I think what the deal is that she apparently has been accused of plagiarism. Now, clearly it must be factual because, and by the way, if anyone don't understand what plagiarism is, it's basically you're copying something someone else said almost word for word. That's basically what it is. It's like me writing a book and taking the very words from one of Stephen King's novels and putting it in my book and not giving him credit for it. Plagiarism is when you take the words or the quotations of another author or another writer, put it in your writings, and you don't give credit to that other writer. You don't put that particular statement in a quotation mark. You're supposed to put that in the index or the back of the book or whatever, or even at the end of that quotation, indicating who actually made that statement. I know because I had to do it when I was at Bryan and Stratton College all the time when I did research papers. Okay, when I would quote someone, I would let you know who I'm quoting. It was not my words. Clearly, she's being accused of this, and I'm pretty sure that the faculty at Harvard is not picking on her because she's black. Okay, now, let me speak on the idea of how this looks really bad for black leaders in terms of black people being promoted in universities and other areas of prestigious elevation. It looks bad because what that implies is that, hey, you black people or you black professors or black people in leadership positions or striving for leadership positions, that you can't do it on your own. You have to plagiarize, you have to lie, or you need affirmative action to put you in there. Once again, this makes black people look bad. That's what I hate to see. That's what I hate. It makes black people look bad because I'm pretty sure that these accusations of plagiarism are accurate. Because why else would she take down? Why would she take down? If they weren't accurate, why would you take down? You would fight it. You would fight it and you would prove that you didn't plagiarize somebody else. But clearly she took down. So she took down because she's guilty. But now the left and those that's backing her and feeling sorry for her, okay, is saying that the conservative right is trying to go after her because she's a strong black woman. How stupid can you be? I'm just real with you. That's the dumbest thing. That's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. There is no evidence for that whatsoever. You was guilty of plagiarism. You need to take down. Have an original thought. Have an original idea. Okay? That's all. So on that, it makes black people who want to aspire for positions such as what she has look bad. But in addition to that, okay, let's deal with the fact that this woman is still she's still going to be a professor at Harvard with $900,000 a year. $900,000 a year. That's good money. I take it. It's almost $1 million. Why? Why would the staff and the people in positions of authority at Harvard keep this woman on the staff, keep her on the faculty to be a professor? Why would you do that? And see, this is just terrible, man. This is just terrible. This is what aggravates me about the left. Because I'm going to get on that. It seems like to me, and this is the impression that I get, and this is what I see and hear from I'm going to be more specific, the radical left, okay? Is they just can't seem to tell the truth when they need to tell the truth. Those are in positions of authority and prestige on the left. They just can't seem to tell the truth when they need to tell the truth. They got to lie. And I'm going to tell you why I think that they lie. I believe that the radical left lies like they do because they don't believe in right or wrong. The radical left embraces what is known as moral relativism. That concept comes from the left, not the right. The right are those who really are on the conservative side, who really embrace true conservatism, okay? Believe in absolute right and absolute wrong. What isn't so clear is what isn't so clear. But what is absolute right and what is absolute wrong, true conservatives believe in it, okay? And they embrace it and they walk in it. Radical left and the left per se, particularly those in position of authority, ousted that out in the 1960s. It particularly in the school systems, kindergarten through 12 and in the universities, and replaced it with moral relativism. What is moral relativism? Moral relativism is the belief that what is right and wrong is based on your circumstances, that there's no absolute right or wrong. There's no absolute right or wrong because there's no God, okay? Liberals tend not to believe in God, or they have a warped view of God, okay? So, and I'm not saying all liberals. If you're a liberal and you're watching this video, don't accept and you believe in God, okay, fine. I'm not talking about you. But generally speaking, most liberals, statistically speaking, do not believe in God or believe or have a warped concept of God. And because God doesn't exist in their view, or there's a warped concept of God in their view, they don't embrace absolute right or wrong. It's moral relativism. Whatever your circumstances dictate what is right or wrong, that's what's right or wrong. Okay? It's what you feel. It's what you experience. Because of that, they don't have a problem with lying. If the circumstances dictate to them to lie, they'll lie. And in the case of this particular professor, if you want to call her that, she would have no problem with lying and plagiarizing. There's no problem with her. It's just that she got caught and she knew she was lying, she took down. But going back to the whole concept of the question of why would the faculty still maintain her and keep her there and pay her six-figure salary every year, it's because they have to, as the person said in the article, they have to continue, the staff at Harvard has to continue to push the leftist victim mentality upon the students. This oppressed and the oppressor. Marxism. They had to continue to push that. See, what we have seen in our society for decades, ever since the 1960s countercultural revolution, has been a shift in worldview. The morals, and for the most part, of most of our young people today are the way they are because there was a shift in worldview. It wasn't just people woke up one morning and say, hey, I don't believe in right or wrong anymore. Hey, I don't believe in God anymore. Hey, I don't believe in morals and values anymore. Hey, I don't believe in, I don't believe in working hard anymore. Hey, I don't believe in trying to, merit my way through life, earn my keep by working hard to get there. I don't believe in setting goals. No, they didn't wake up believing that. They were taught that. They were indoctrinated with that ideology in the school systems when the Frankfurt School Marxists infiltrated our school systems and changed up the whole worldview. It was a shift in worldview. And not only did they change up the worldview in terms of the victim and the oppressed and the oppressor, they also changed the concept of right or wrong, replaced it with moral relativism. There's no longer right or wrong. Then they replaced the belief in God with evolution, or the theory of evolution. After all, we're just a higher form of animals. And if we are, as humans, a higher form of animals, then there's no such thing as right or wrong. It's all survival instinct. So if I kill somebody, regardless of whether it's first-degree murder or whatever, hey, it's just the deepest, basest part of my animal instincts doing it. I am not responsible for that because I am just a higher form of an elevated animal. That's all I am, according to the theory of evolution. So if you teach that kind of stuff to the students and the kids, year after year, decade after decade, what do you think they're going to embrace? How do you think they're going to embrace right or wrong? It was a shift in worldview. The faculty at Harvard wants to continue that worldview on, and that's why I believe they're keeping her on the staff. Now, the person made the statement about, in the article, made a statement about, joked around and said the students are going to be running this to come to her classes. If they do, that just goes to show you just how messed up they are. Because if they follow the idea that this woman is being attacked because she's a strong black woman, okay, and the students follow that idea, then that just shows you how dumbed down they are. Not in any fault of theirs, for the most part. Just shows you just how dumbed down they are. By watching the mainstream media, leftist mainstream media, and not going outside of what they see on TV, that's what they're going to think. The problem with that worldview and philosophy is that I'm pretty sure you're going to have some people in the students saying, wait a minute, if this woman was accused of plagiarism and lying about certain things, why would I believe anything she has to say if I come to her classes? We're going to see how this pans out. You're going to pay this woman a 6-figure salary and stay on the staff because you're so adamant and passionate about pushing the oppressor and oppressed worldview, the Marxist worldview? I guess so. I guess so. Hey, man, look. This is the world we live in. This is the world we live in. Let me end the video on this. I don't feel sorry for her. You lied, and I know you did, and you needed to step down. Have some originality about yourself, okay? Have an original idea. That's all you had to do. You make us as black people look bad. Now, any black person that gets into a position of authority in any of these college universities, first thing other people are going to start probably thinking, oh, she or he was placed there due to affirmative action. I think that was done away with, I believe. But I don't know if it's all in every state, but I think it's in every state. I don't know. Correct me in the comment box of that. Or this person just got put there because they're left-leaning or whatever. It's going to cast doubt on people, black people, who really did work hard to get there. Now they got to live with this burden on their back because of people like her. I'm just saying. It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. Well, bye-bye. Bye-bye. You know, look. But you know what? I'm not going to even say bye-bye. Let me, because she's still a professor there. She's still a professor there. But that's the world we live in. That's the radical leftist country, rather, that we live in. Okay? And you're going to see more and more of this kind of nonsense taking place. But this is just crazy. This is just crazy. But I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. What do you guys think about this professor, if you want to call her that, still staying on the staff with a $600,000, $900,000 salary every year? Do you think it's fair? I certainly don't think it's fair. She should have been taken down. She should have been taken down and let go. Because if you're going to still give her money, $900,000 in money, okay, you know, and salary every year, who's going to want it, knowing that she's lying like this, if lied and plagiarized someone else's work? What student who has a brain, who hasn't been brainwashed by the mainstream leftist media, what student is going to want to attend any of her classes? I wouldn't. What do you think? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. God bless you all. See you again.